The world's regions are in the front line in the battle against climate change. That was the message sent from a conference of local authorities in Lyon last week to national negotiators who will be taking part in the forthcoming COP21 Global Climate Summit in Paris. The declaration was signed by 50 organisations representing two-thirds of the world's population.
We're saying to the states, without action by your regions, you will not live up to your commitments. It's in the territories that the climate change battle will be won or lost. So we're saying at this point, we're ready to do the job, undertake the commitments. We also need tools, including additional funding for the southern areas. So it's a summit that makes commitments and delivers messages.
Among the participants was California's environmental protection chief. The state is the world's 7th largest economy and wants to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by 40% by 2030. It's a commitment based on solid economics.
Our work on clean tech and environmental programs has drawn money to California. We bring in about $5.7 billion in venture capital investments in clean tech every year. Right now our solar industry provides 65,000 jobs in California. So we see that this change in our environmental programs and the changing of the base of our economy to a carbonless economy is actually going to be promoting economic growth.
In their declaration, the cities and regional authorities call for new resources to finance the transition to a low-carbon economy. For the top UN delegate, guarantees are needed to get the private sector on board.
Here there is an obligation on the part of the federal states, national and local authorities, creating a framework that gives sufficient confidence to the private sector for it to invest in infrastructure, especially in the energy sector, but also in transport, housing, buildings, a totally different infrastructure to that of the last century.
Una infraestructura completamente diferente a la infraestructura que teníamos el siglo pasado.
Having guarantees of sustainable jobs is also a demand of the International Trade Union Confederation, one of the signatories of the Lyon Declaration. And for the representative of West African farmers, progress can only come through a profound change of policies by wealthy nations.
We have a simple saying as unions: there are no jobs on a dead planet. And for us it's much more than a slogan, because we're already seeing a loss of jobs. We want to see secure, green jobs, greening every job, investing in the industrial transformation where we decarbonise our world. Zero carbon is not an option. It's an imperative if we're to save the planet.
To adapt is to challenge the way we see life. And that's always been the problem of the rich nations. Challenging attitudes and behaviour. That's adaptation. So we prefer damage limitation to wholesale adaptation. There's no future without that, because resources are running out and we can't replace them.
The proposals from the Lyon summit will be addressed by the French presidency of COP21, by the UN and by participating states. In December, 196 states will attend the Paris summit, aiming to find agreement on limiting global warming to 2 degrees.